Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Shantae Half Genie Hero Pirate Queen's Quest playthrough.
Friends to the end, jammies mode.
Yeah. So anyway, we are, as I think I said last time, or at least I attempted to. We're doing the stages in chronological order because I'm boring. Also because I believe the upgrade you get is tied to the stage you complete. So I think you have to get the pirate hat. You always have to do the Main Street stage, but I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. If I am wrong, I've already been corrected. So thank you for doing that politely, comment section.
So going for something like a Mega Man feel here.
Yeah, that's probably the closest comparison I can think of. I mean, yeah, probably.
I didn't miss those guys.
Yeah. Now, John, you're probably the biggest Pirates Curse fan out of the group here. Have you played this mode?
Yeah, I played this mode when it came out, but I haven't played it since.
Have you played any of the others, or have you?
No, I have not. I have not revisited Half Genie Hero since Risky Mode. I was planning on to because I'm doing a revisit video for it within the next couple of months, but I like the mode. There are some things I wish weren't there, like these guys, for example.
They add a lot of. I do appreciate that they added new enemies, because it's not just those guys. A couple of different enemies that weren't in the base game were added. Like I think the spider ladies. I think maybe.
Yeah.
I think those guys too. The Nagas, I think, are added.
Oh, I appreciate the inclusion. You know, just to make sure it's not just levels remixed for the sake of remixing. Only now the scorpion dude is on the right instead of on the left. Like, oh, this is worth $5.
Encore mode.
Yeah, basically. But there's some enemies that I just wish weren't as annoying here as they were in other games, because those guys, the fucking the claw grip guys,
I don't know how you're supposed to do damage to them is the thing, because it's like, oh, they're blocking high, so I'll hit low, but then they immediately block low. It's like they've gotten training from Mr. Miyagi or something,
Someone wouldn't be very good at playing Zelda 2.
No, I wouldn't. But also, why would I be playing that game?
Well.
Yeah, but did you see that? So yeah, usually it's just better to just dodge them anyway.
Yeah.
Especially considering that I don't really up my health too much until late game in this, because I like to upgrade my guns early. Although
if I can kill them faster, they're less likely to kill me faster.
Yeah, but if I don't have to kill them at all, then I'm done with dealing with them sooner.
And once they're off screen, they're off screen.
I usually like to upgrade the necessary mobility stuff, which is the grappling hook and the hat. And then I like to go for guns, and then basically once you're doing your end game sweep, because if you're just going from stage to stage, you're not even able to get like half of the pirate magic. So when you're doing your end game cleanup, that's when you're going to get like most of it, and that's when you upgrade most of your filler at that point. Pro tip, don't upgrade the Aqua Ball. It doesn't do anything. Like, it's useless. You don't ever need it upgraded at all. So yeah, that's my pro.
I was half and half on guns and mobility.
It's water. I thought it was a pit.
Yeah, this is what. There's. Oh, okay.
Ted's having a realization. Oh my god!
I can shoot behind me.
I have the power.
Sometimes you get some Sonic Heroes shenanigans going on where they'll circle around the enemy and not actually hit them. So that's always fun with a massive quotation mark there. So yeah. I also like the idea that chronologically this takes place during the middle of Shantae's story as well. Whereas Shantae...
They did that for the Friends to the End too, where they found spots to actually make it canon.
Yeah, where basically both of this mode and that mode are taking place at the same time, while Shantae is just in a devil coma, sitting around not doing much.
Yeah, I know. Just leave her alone.
Oh no, she's become Mega Shantae. Just stands there and sips tea. So dastardly.
She's not gonna put the napkin back once she's done cleaning off that teacup.
She puts the tea on the table, not the coaster.
Oh, what's a coaster?
Yeah, what is Ghost version?
It turns out Shantae's version of evil is just not doing anything when people need help. Nothing else.
Classic intro.
That's Dark Pit, because Pit is such a goody two-shoes that his dark version is just as helpful, but just not as
Begrudgingly
nice
so.
about it, pretty much. Because Dark Pit really doesn't ever do anything evil. He's just a grump, is really the only thing. So, yeah, I'm guessing that if Shantae goes to Smash Brothers, which isn't going to happen, Risky will be her Echo. Then.
So why isn't Nega Shantae called Shantu?
I don't know,
yeah.
but just back on the Shantae and Smash thing, it's weird. I had like completely different expectations for her and Shovel Knight. It's like I figured Shovel Knight had a much better chance of getting in, but like not being playable. If Shantae gets in, she'll definitely be playable. Is the thing.
Oh, I think it's not likely that she'll get in at all.
Well, no, I don't think it's likely. I'm just saying that if she were to get in, I think it'd be more likely she would be playable compared to Shovel Knight, which had a better chance of getting in, but he wouldn't be playable.
Well, I think at this point, Shovel Knight has outsold any one Shantae game at this point, because that game was huge. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's about what game left the bigger impact.
Yeah.
Because if we're talking about enjoyability, then I like Shantae more than Shovel Knight, even though I do love Shovel Knight too.
It's back and forth. Like, I like some Shantae games more than any like Plague Knight mode. And that is also something that I need to record, is the other two Shovel Knight modes. Unfortunately, you can't gender swap those, which is sad. Also, we need details on frickin' King Curse, not King Knight mode.
King of Cards,
King of
Magic
Cards.
Cards. Ooh.
Probably next year.
Yeah, so we need more info on that, goddammit. But yeah, so
Well, you know, between Shantae and Shovel Knight, it is mostly preference. I would say that if you're just going to talk critically, Shovel Knight is the better game.
yeah, people Shovel Knight 10 has, I think, generally gotten better reviews across the board, because people were raving about that, and people still do rave about that game. So that makes a decent amount of sense. Yeah.
That's why it's everywhere.
Well, Shantae's in a decent amount of crossover stuff too. Like, she's in Blaster Master Zero. She's also Blaster Master is now in Shantae, which is weird, because that was an update. You can get her as an optional dance. The tank. You can get the tank as an optional dance now. I don't know if it's good or worth getting, but it's there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Tank.
Also, yeah. Also,
what is that dance called? The tank top dance?
it should be. So now, one thing that I wish that I could show you is, because I'm playing this game on the Switch. When I backed the game on the Kickstarter, I originally picked the Wii U as my backing.
Yeah, and they unfortunately wouldn't let you transfer it to Switch because the game was already out at that point.
Yeah, so, but you can still get the backer stuff if you buy the Ultimate Edition. The thing is that I've already paid to get because again, since this is the Switch version, I paid to get the game again, and I'm also paying to get this DLC on the Switch, because the free download codes only apply to the Wii U, because let's just face it, I don't want to dig that thing out.
No.
I also can't
Almost.
play my Wii U
Just
on the
a couple of
bus.
more months, and I have no reason to ever take it
So
out.
to me, it's worth the extra money to download the game again, so that I can actually play it on a console I'm using. So unfortunately, I didn't really want to buy the Ultimate Edition again, just for ultimately not that much.
I think it's like one weapon in the Tinker. I think it's one weapon and one in the Tinkerbell transformation. I think that's about it.
I think there's also like 2 costumes. I think like there's one crossover costume. For
and the blue version.
Yeah, and I think other than that, that's basically it from what I can tell. So there's not really, like, it's not much, but you know, it kind of stings to not have the complete package on the system that I'd most want to play it. You know, so. Oh well, it's a shame.
When Shantae was doing the sliding segment, did she have a way to hover?
Depending on when. Well, technically yes, depending on when you do it, because if you get the lightning ability maxed out and you use it in midair, she'll kind of stay there, which completely negates the the challenge of the final sliding section at the end of the game, because at that point you basically have infinite magic if you've been going for 100%. So you literally can just stand up there and float for the entire time and not have to worry about any of the platforming.
Shantae also didn't have as many barrels.
Yeah, there's also added enemies there too. I think the bats weren't there at all. Oh, that's another thing that they added to risky mode is they put in a lot of stuff from hardcore mode of this game as well, because one of the things about the game that people complained about was that it was too easy. So in hardcore mode they were like, okay, well, we're just gonna make everything do 4 times more damage. So yeah, that.
And fuck with you level design wise, I'll never forget.
Oh wait, what did they change the level? I've never beaten it. I've only gone to like Castletown.
There are a couple of instances that are changed in hardcore, like in the carpet race.
Yeah.
Falling down now kills you. It doesn't bounce you back up.
Oh wow.
And in Hypno Baron's stage, you know how you can cheese most of it with the bat? If you stand on the platform and go right.
Sure.
They added spiked blocks on the ceiling.
Wait.
So that you cannot do that.
Why?
And they also just
Hang
made
on.
the challenge more
Why is...
Oh, she just keeps on getting re-kidnapped. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Like that was
No.
the quote was captured.
Recaptured.
Oh yeah, I
Captain.
saw that. Why is Risky rescuing the...
Because she's fucking with Techno Baron. That's about it.
So
Oh.
the reason why we're going through all the different levels is to get the different components we need to build Shantae's final boss, essentially the giant brain robot thingy. For that's the dynamo. So Techno Baron has one of the parts we need, and he won't give it to us. So he's shoving a mermaid in our face, essentially, and now we have to beat it up. So yeah.
You know what occurs to me? If Risky just quit with all the, trying to take over the world stuff, she could just be the most successful Captain Jack Sparrow the world has ever known. Like, she'd always have the money she needs, and she could be a relatively good pirate at the same time. And that would mean she wouldn't be constantly foiled by
Remember, kids, good pirates never take things from other people.
So anyway, I hate this boss. It sucks. I should have upgraded missiles and ammo before this, because normally, like any extra character that has projectiles makes this boss a joke. But I run out of ammo so quickly, and it's so hard to get hits in on her, that this fight literally took like 5 minutes, just this phase. So
She's not on the screen very long
Yeah.
after you clear the obstacle course.
she's
That's just the thing.
like, I mean, usually you only can get like 1 slash in, but she also shoots the laser beam too, which always seems to be in the path of where you would jump to hit her with your scimitar.
Well,
So,
I think. Well, what you were also trying is you can hit her when she leans down when she initially appears.
from the ground. You
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a little tricky to do, but it is possible.
Okay, I think I've probably done it by accident, but
Like, yeah, you just did it right
yeah.
there. Yeah.
So there we go. So I spent, because that literally was like 5 minutes. It was ridiculous. So,
Why is the mermaid exploding?
It's made of
Shut up,
explodium.
They ask that for Squid Baron multiple times. It's just like, didn't you die in a end stage explosion?
That's yes, Captain.
So anyway, I should also mention, since we're not likely to do it, I love the dialogue for all of the different extra modes. Like for the Jammies mode, he says that he's going to... Shantae's asking all of the bosses to do a slumber party. And so she asks Techno Baron, and she's like, okay, yeah, me and my grandma will come. She just has to put her face on. And then she's like, you ripped off her face? And then,
I liked Risky's response there, because it just plays the same, the mermaid is in the background looking at you all gratefully animation. She's like, don't look at me like that. I'm the bad guy.
Also, were you having a bit of a recording snafu during this session?
I had some frame drops, yeah. So mostly in
Okay.
this first session, because I left the thing running for too long. So I am actually really annoyed with that, because I bought this new Elgato because the old one was having frame drops. So yeah,
Did you get a better one?
yeah, I got a better one, and I'm still having frame drops. And
Yeah,
this is a new
you know what the problem with that is? It's because the better one needs a better CPU.
But this is also a brand new computer. I've only had it for like 6 months.
Well, what
So-
CPU does it have?
Yeah, I don't. Oh, anyway, I love the grappling hook, because I can check that in between parts. But the grappling hook is easily my favorite upgrade in the game, because you can skip basically every platforming challenge in the entire game. with it because it will go straight up, it will go really, really far, and it will jump you through platforms. So you can cheese so much crap.
Can you sort of shoot up to the ceiling, move sideways, and then... Oh,
yeah, you can do this.
Roll across the...
But you can... Okay, so it gets especially... When you grappling hook and land on something, it replenishes... You don't have to touch the ground in order to have the grappling hook replenish, if that makes sense. And once you get the hat and the cannon jump, your cannon also resets when you grappling hook, so you can jump, cannon, grappling hook, drop down, cannon, grappling hook, cannon, and so on and so forth infinitely, and never have to touch the ground ever. It's amazing.
My question is, okay, when she shoots the grappling hook up, it's clearly an anchor-shaped hook. Then it transforms into a pair of,
it's still a hook.
I guess, magnetic wheels.
Those Tinkerbats are mechanical geniuses, man.
It's freaking Final Fantasy 13 technology, where objects fold into objects that they have no right folding into. I mean,
magic.
It's right up there with the freaking boomerang that Hope keeps in his jeans pocket.
Nano Machines, son? There was a Final Fantasy 13 and Metal Gear crossover, right? Am I misremembering that?
I don't think there was.
I don't recall.
I don't think there was, but it sounds silly enough to actually happen.
Okay.